And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, May 16th, 2015. This is Season 9, Episode 20. I'm Scott.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Matt.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Nathan.
And welcome to the show. James not with us this week. Hopefully next week. Tune in to find out. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. That number again, 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat, as well as on Facebook. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. And we are streaming right now. Power of modern technology. Go to twitch.tv on your browser. Search for In-Game Chat, and you will find us there. You can watch the show, listen to the show. You can also participate in the chat room live while we broadcast. And we appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat room live while we broadcast. Great to have you here. Enjoy the show. Hopefully everybody has had a great week. It's been a pretty big week as far as things going on with gaming. And it's going to be another big week coming up as well as far as things going on with games. I think it's just going to continue to do this the closer we get to E3.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of news. And for the next month, it's probably going to be that. More leaks, more reveals, more of everything.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here with the upcoming weeks. We got Witcher 3 next week, as far as game releases are concerned, and we've also got just everything else leading into E3. We keep getting news and alerts about things happening, maybe happening, rumors. Pull this down, put this back up. NDA, DRM. Whatever.
Brick your Xbox One, everything.
Yes. So, lots of stuff to go over. Of course, always we start out with what we've been playing recently. And I am going to go to Nate, who was not here last week, and he can give us a rundown of what he's been playing.
More just the more Grand Theft Auto, just slowly playing.
That's right, you're on the PC with it, right?
Yeah, yep, just kind of playing through it. I haven't messed with any mods yet. I was going to do that once.
You just go through the single player?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Man, I've played a little bit of multiplayer, but nothing.
I want to get into the mods, but I hear be careful. Sometimes there's malicious viruses in
some
of the mods.
The adware. But I mean, that's why I'm waiting. Plus, there's not a full-blown client yet to manage and run your mods and stuff like that.
Wait until Nexus puts something out, or...
Yeah, exactly.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
Like there's one for Dying Light, so I was just gonna, wait, give it a little time, let people speed that out. And then I've also been playing, which I was streaming a little bit this morning, Rocket League, which was PS4 beta. Very fun.
Is that getting a PC release, or is that just
I don't know.
I think it's just maybe it's only on PS4.
I forgot to look that up. I only knew it to be on PS4, but it could be.
I while you were streaming that, I watched you stream it. It looked like a really fun game. And I just Googled Rocket League Beta PS4, and there was a website that was giving away, they had 10 keys to give away, which I'm sure they had already been gone because this was posted 2 days ago. But they had a link where you could just go sign up and get a beta key. And I went to the link, and it's from the developer, publisher, whatever. And they said, here, sign up for our mailing list, and you could get you have a chance to get a beta key for. I signed up, and boom, immediately emailed. Here's your beta key.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing is it's for PS4. I'm not just seeing any PC.
And that's fine. I don't mind that. I was just curious if maybe it had a multi-platform release of some kind, but it looks a lot of fun, and now I have a beta key, so now I'll get to try it out.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's got 4 different modes. You can do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4.
What was the mode you were playing?
Right now,
it was a team-based.
There's right now there's just soccer, standard soccer, however many people, you just hit the ball trying to score.
Okay.
But they are going to have different types of game modes, different types of level layout, stadiums. They did very good on the atmosphere. I don't know if you could tell. Did you listen to the audio at all, Scott, of the stadium playing?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Well, if you do
I mean,
play
what was
it,
I paying attention? What did I need
well,
to?
if you do play it, really listen to the audio of the crowd.
Okay.
They have it really nailed down to the way the crowd chants. Like if the ball's just kind of playing in the middle and everyone's just trying to get to it and play it around, the crowd will kind of start doing your team's chant or whatever. Just like, I don't know if you ever watched football, European football, soccer crowds and stuff.
I
probably not.
basically get around to it like the majority of most Americans get around to it. World Cup. That's about it.
World Cup.
Yeah. That's about the only time I get around to it.
Gotcha,
And it's
cool.
actually very exciting to watch, and I should probably watch more of it. But it just never pulls
You
my
get a
attention
chance.
like it does during World Cup.
For whatever reason, if you're flipping on and there's a Real Madrid game on, watch it and just listen to the crowd.
Well, the other part of it is that I also play. There's a pinball table in Pinball FX2.
Oh, that's right. You're telling me, yeah.
Yeah, that's based on not World Cup, but European football.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess all the rules apply, all the terminology is being used. I still don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I know the objectives, which is the table gives you so much amount of time with the ball in your possession to score. And once you do that, you're automatically on defense for a certain amount of time to make sure they don't score. The opposing team doesn't score. And I know that's a little weird. How does it switch sides like that? But and that's a whole nother topic for another day. But that's my only experience. So.
Well, yeah, the game's definitely a time killer if you want to just play with a couple people. And what I would recommend doing if you do play, Scott, run through the tutorial to understand how to play everything, and then play one-on-one with people. Playing one-on-one isn't too chaotic and it allows you to kind of.
I like the chaos though. That looked like fun.
Well, but I'm just saying, just so you can get used to the controls.
Oh, the controls.
'Cause if you just jump into a 3-on-3, you'll do more damage to your team than help.
Right.
And then another thing is the worked pretty well is when you score and stuff, and when you do blocks and stuff like that, you get points. The points don't necessarily matter as of right now, but what it does help with is matchmaking. And I can definitely tell when I first started playing, my very first game, I scored 4 goals for my team. No one else scored anything else. And then the next game, I scored 1, and now I'm only averaging 1 because as I've been getting more points and doing more things to help my team, the matchmaking's been putting me up with harder people to play against, more towards my skill. So that seemed to be working pretty well. But I'm really excited about the game. It's
How long have you been playing?
Thursday.
Since Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that when the beta started?
Well, there was a beta the week I was gone, and I
Okay.
didn't get into that.
Gotcha.
And then
This is limited too, isn't it? It's only for it's only this weekend.
Well, I was about to
and
say
then-
that it ends the 19th. Is that when The Witcher comes out?
That is Tuesday, yeah.
It ends the 19th, which is probably why they somewhat ended it. But yeah, definitely enjoy that. If
So
you get a
GTA
chance.
5 and
And I
Rocket League.
really, I almost decided to get Ori in the Blind Forest, but I've watched people play it. I'm gonna wait, but I almost bought that game too.
Soundtrack's really good.
I know.
Yep.
I've just been watching people play it. I'll just listen to the music while they're playing.
Soundtrack is really good. But that's what your list has been. We'll just go down the line here. RJ, what about yourself? More Mortal Kombat, I suppose. Or
Yeah, a little
Bloodborne?
bit more Mortal Kombat, but for the most part, I've been playing Bloodborne on the PS4. I've finally got past the bane of my existence for the moment, Dark Beast Parl.
This guy, RJ here, gets his money's worth out of a video game.
Dark Beast Carl?
Parl.
Oh, I think it's
Dark
Carl.
Beast Carl.
Dark Beast Carl. No, not no Dark Beast Carl. No.
Hey guys, I'm a dark beast. How you doing?
Makes me think of Aqua
Aqua
Teen.
Teen Hunger Force. I was about to say. Yeah. We may have started a meme already. By the time we get done with this broadcast, someone's going to have a picture of something drawn up already. But
Top photo on Reddit.
But yeah, the solution for me was just targeting him, because basically the way to beat him is like target his legs, but because he's hopping around the screen all the time, it's hard to target. And when you do lock onto him, you lock onto his head, which is really not the ideal.
It's not the ideal.
It's not the ideal
target.
place to hit, because it's elevated, and when you try to swing and miss, you end up hitting you with those lightning strikes of his. So basically, you got to hit his legs. And I could finally target his legs better, I was finally able to knock him down, and then I could do some damage. But for the most part, it was just leveling up to the point where I could hit him hard enough to do some actual damage to him. to the point where knocking him down, I could really get a lot of his health gone before he could recover. So after finally doing that, I finally found my way to the Forbidden Woods, and that's where I stopped because I've been thinking about streaming from that point because I've never been in that area before. So
do you
I'm gonna go
know
through.
You
roughly
should,
how
by the
far
way.
you are in the game? Getting to that point?
Well, I faced like four or five bosses so far. Probably going to be a good bit more, and I haven't done any of the Chalice dungeons yet. So I pretty much got a good little ways to go, I believe, in story mode. Outside of that, I've played a little bit more of Mortal Kombat X. Trying to get used to playing online.
Is it like
It's
laggy?
quirky and lagging some spaces, but that's really no excuse because everyone else is dealing with the same thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not as precise as I normally am playing locally or against a computer, but it's just something I just got to get put some more time in and get used to. That's pretty much all I'm thinking about on that. But outside of that, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week.
Yeah, I stopped by Retro Game Planet not last weekend, but the weekend before last after the show. Right after the show, I stopped by there. I hadn't been there in a while, and I stopped by to see if they're open. And they had Mortal Kombat X playing on their PS4 system that they had there, and they were online. They were streaming it with the cam, and I saw Leopold Kane, who was in our chat room, jumping into their chat room and was talking to them while they were playing. But they were showing me the online. I kind of like how the online situation works.
Yeah.
But interesting to watch. So, what about you, Matt?
I beat the single player of Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Oh yeah, I did that a couple of weeks back, probably about a month ago. I finally finished that up when James and I were doing our little co-op sessions and stuff. And in the meantime, when we weren't, I was going through the single player and finally finished that up. I wanted to talk with him about it, but since you finished it up, I really, if I can remember right, when I was playing that and got to the end, this is so far after the game's release, I'm not really worried about spoilers here.
Yeah.
So when they put you in that position, we had just gotten done having a talk about stealth. When stealth games force you to not be stealthy anymore. When stealth games all of a sudden say, well, you license to kill whatever you want, go. It doesn't matter if you get detected, just run, shoot, whatever. And I was afraid that's how it was going to turn out with the last boss fight.
And when you're running after him?
Well, I mean, that whole mission there was one thing. Whenever you had to sneak around was it CIA headquarters? No. It was some headquarters there. You had to sneak around that whole building, that whole facility, because they were holding Briggs. Yeah. They were holding Briggs, I believe, and a guy who was going to give them the information.
Yeah, the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah. And then Briggs was all like, whatever, man, shoots the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
So now you ain't getting any of the info. I'm going to shoot an innocent. Boom, he's dead.
Looks like, actually...
Spoilers for Splinter Cell Blacklist, by the way.
Yeah, they came out in 2013.
Yeah, but Duke's in the chat room saying, I haven't played it yet, so... Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
We'll let him know when we're done talking about it.
Sorry, Duke. Anyway.
But yeah, I like that when it says, gives you the option. Well, there wasn't really an option.
There's no option. You have to do it.
You have to do it. Like, just, execute.
You have to do it. But then it's like the final boss fight.
Yeah.
I loved how they did that.
Oh, trying to sneak past them and get
Well,
behind
all
them?
of a sudden, they took all your weapons away. They took all your weapons away, and it's just you, and I don't even think you had a knife with you.
You did, because you said... Oh, no, wait. You
No.
grabbed his knife.
Yeah, no. Because he took your knife.
Yeah.
He took your knife. He took your weapons. You didn't have anything when you're going. And then all of a sudden, it's just like sneak up on him and kill him. That was the way that they wanted to do the final boss fight: sneak and kill. It wasn't. It was obviously wasn't the most complicated stealth.
Yeah,
to have to do.
For him, like for the other ones before, they give you the option to kill or let him live.
God, it's been forever. I can't remember. But on this one, I really liked how that played out. But then, of course, it turned into QTE afterwards. So, anyway, give him about 20 seconds, and somebody let Duke know that we're done with the spoiler discussion, so he doesn't pop it back on in the middle of it. But yeah. So, what did you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't I played it years after it came out.
I know. That's where we both were.
I enjoyed it. I kind of wish I would have played it when it did, but yeah, still.
I don't know why it didn't ring with us whenever it released, but it just did not. It was not, firing all cylinders for me until much later, apparently. I guess I really needed to be in the mood for stealth stuff, but...
I totally agree.
And now I wish I had more.
Yeah.
Now I wish I had more Splinter Cell. I mean, I've got Stealth Ink, or Invisible Ink, not Stealth Ink, but Invisible Ink.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I've moved on since then to play some other stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. But you finished up Splinter Cell Blacklist. What else?
Yeah.
You were playing something else, I thought.
Played a little bit of.
New Blood or Old Blood.
Old
Have you
Blood.
finished that up yet?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Did another chapter in that, and it's it's all right.
Still kind of in the same place you were last week, just kind of.
Yeah,
It's good. Just
it's good. It's just not as great as New Order. So whatever.
All right.
And loaded up L.A. Noire,
That's what I saw you playing recently. Was
and then that's what kind of precipitated me getting onto Amazon.
to buy a new rig.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it started
upgrade
with
parts.
It starts with like I'm gonna get a better this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that always turns into
Well,
I need a better
my new
this
yeah,
and this and
this
that's
doesn't
gonna,
support
yeah.
because at first I was like, oh man, I need a better video card. The problem I had with the GTA 5 on the PC with it just not looking playable, and then even LA Noire, it was just so choppy from what I remember on the PS3.
Mhm.
I was just like, oh, this is really not playable. It was just too much. And so
I'm surprised that gave you some issues. The card I guess. I don't know. What do you have? What are you running? Is that my old card?
Yeah, it's your old
Oh
card.
God. Never mind.
Yeah, quick question for you about L.A. Noire.
Yes.
Now, one of the focuses of L.A. Noire is how well you can tell the details on someone's faces to tell someone when they're lying to you, things like that.
Sure.
So how bad was the faces like choppy and messed up?
I
when you
didn't
were
get that far into
interrogating?
it. I was just trying to drive around, and just driving around, it wasn't smooth, and it was
Mhm.
just kind of giving me a little bit of, not quite a headache, but just hurting my eyes. When things are just kind of choppy when you're trying to
Yeah.
drive. I was just like, so I didn't even get to the point of interrogation.
Okay.
So I looked on Amazon. I'm like, all right, I could need a new video card, and then so I started looking at that, then looking at my specs. And I'm like, oh, this won't work on my motherboard.
Yeah. See, I don't know what you've got on your. See, up at this point, if you're running my old card,
Yeah.
and God knows if nothing else has been upgraded since then.
No, nothing has.
See, your new card is just going to get bottlenecked by all your old stuff.
So
So
that's
regardless
why
of
I'm
the
having to look at
Yeah.
new motherboard, new processor.
You're going to have to get a new everything.
Yeah.
Because
so-
regardless of what kind of card you get, it's not going to be able to perform right, considering all the other components you have are going to just kind of drag
I think
it down.
the motherboard I have now, it's a PCIe 2, and the new one,
That's PCIe 3, yeah.
yeah, it's 3. So I don't even know if it'll fit. So I'll start ordering a few parts, and then once they start getting in, next paycheck, and then over the next couple of paychecks, then I'll start
You
throwing
should.
them in. And
Have you ever used PC Part Picker?
no,
You should.
You should.
PC part picker.
PCPartPicker.com.
Okay.
It'll tell you if you start with your motherboard,
Mhm.
then it'll show you everything that's compatible with that, and then you
Okay.
can select your GPU and then RAM.
And it
all
shows you
that.
the lowest price
Yep. Of
for
all
that
the
item
websites.
out of like a number of select websites. The problem that it gives me is always the processor that I get. The cheapest price is always from Micro Center,
Mhm.
and
I
we don't
know.
have one nearby. So the closest I think is Atlanta. But although I know you frequent Atlanta from time to time, I believe. And
But they're always like $50 to $75 cheaper, so sometimes it's worth it.
so if you happen to be in that area or know somebody who could pick that up for you
Yeah.
and mail it to you, that'd be awesome. But
What's the?
PCPartPicker.com.
Okay.
That's how I built mine. Well, last two computers.
Yeah, that's how. I don't know if that's how. It is how I built the one from 2012 that I built, but I mainly used Newegg when I was doing that. Newegg and Amazon. I found PC Part Picker much later in my
Yeah, I used
Buying the
Amazon
stuff.
and
Amazon and Newegg. Yeah, and it uses Amazon and Newegg to check for it'll give you the lowest price, even when there's like mail-in rebates and percentages off. When Newegg does those things with some of their stuff, and it'll tell you about combo deals and all this other stuff. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy looking through other people's build lists
Yeah.
to give me ideas and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says you can save your list, so you can just, I guess you get parts and compile them all together and see
Okay.
what matches what.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'll get some extra RAM later on. I'll be able to get up to 32 gigs of RAM. So eventually I'll get up to there. And the video card that I'm looking at, I'll be able to SLI that one as well. So
Wow.
then eventually I'll.
Why do you want
get
32 gigs?
as opposed to the 8 that I'm running now?
I mean,
8's good.
Yeah.
16's good.
16's.
You can save some cash by just getting the 16.
Yeah.
I mean, 32 won't be standard for at least another 10 years.
I mean, you'll be good. You'll be
Yeah.
good with 16.
All right.
But that's up to it's up to you, man.
Get
I
everyone
want to
to do.
just sort of.
I mean, if you want to build
future this one for a while, so
a
that way I
beast
won't-
machine,
The only what I would say is you'd just be wasting. You'd have to be doing some hardcore encoding to use 32 gigs at once.
Yeah.
I think someone ran a test to run 32 gigs because it was kind of because I couldn't decide if I wanted 8 or 16, and the guy had it was like 43,000 tabs open in Chrome for it to use.
That sounds about right.
If you have that many tabs open.
yeah, it's like Taxis says. I mean, it's great for longevity, man. You'd be fine with 32.
Yeah.
But you
Problem with
could-
that though is then DDR4 or 5 will be out by the time that would be. You'd have to upgrade that type of RAM.
DDR4
4 is out now.
is already is out
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying you could chop off
How long ago did you build that computer?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
So that's a 3-year-old computer. I want something that lasts a couple of years.
Well, mine's still good. All I need
Yeah.
to do is upgrade my card. My processor is an i7 3770 or 3970, something like that. 3770. It's a K, so I can overclock it, which I think I'm going to look at doing tomorrow. I didn't want to do it before. I was looking at it last night, but I was like, don't do it before the show. If you screw up your computer,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have anything to stream with, don't
Yeah.
do it. Go home, get the show ready to go, and get it uploaded, and then tweak with your system and figure it out. Because don't screw it up. Because
Yeah.
I'm going to overclock my CPU, but I'm going to get a new card. Probably by the time Batman hits. Probably not before Witcher. I was this close. Where's the camera? I was this close to picking up somebody was selling a Titan X on.
Oh.
I told you.
If you want to talk overkill,
Yeah.
I told you you'd be getting one.
it was. But he had dropped that price significally.
Like
He
how
was
much?
So it's like in the $700 range.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
It went quick though.
I bet.
I was about to ask you what stopped you.
Yeah.
It was gone. It was gone.
I was-
Well, no, a lot of things stopped me because I kept mulling it over, and I'm like, man, I don't need all that. I could take that 7. I could use it to build a machine for up here.
Yeah.
I could do. It just felt like overkill. It still feels like overkill, but man, that was, that flash of contemplation went right through my head, and I was like, no.
I'm looking at the 980 for like doing an SLI 980.
You are looking at overkill, aren't you?
But,
32 gigs SLI 980. You are looking at
I want to make sure like whatever I play, it won't like hiccup. You know.
Okay.
I will say one thing: if you want to, somewhat taking a risk, but if you want a really good graphics card and you want them cheap, is you can buy them from Bitcoin miners off eBay. Like
Those are not going to be the cards he wants, though. He's looking
Sure.
to get in.
Oh.
You said SLI, so you're looking at
Yeah.
NVIDIA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are
Never
only
mind.
going to be the AT.
AMDs.
Yeah,
they
the
could be
AMDs.
Crossfire.
you can get like a
But-
$500 card for $150.
Yeah.
AMD's got a new card that looks like they're going to be releasing here in the next couple of weeks, actually. The 390X, I think is what it is.
I haven't looked.
I've
It's
had
supposed to be another beast,
yeah.
and I have no idea what the price will be.
I've had Nvidia before, and I'm happy with them. I've had ATI. Now I'm happy. It's all good. I just I don't, you know how it is. You look at the the big picture or like the wish list of like, oh, I would love to have that.
Oh, I know what it is. We always start with
Yeah.
our dream build. We
Oh,
always
yeah.
go with like, let's do the money is no object build
Yeah,
and see
exactly.
what we can do. And then
It's like when you look at a car, I want every single option and like the biggest engine and like the convertible, and then you start pairing back from there. Like, oh, I really don't need like heated and cooled leather
right,
seats.
you don't need 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at that's what's in your wish list to start off with.
Well, here, let's look at the. Okay, so this is fun. I love this. All right, so you want to go big like that? What else are you going to upgrade? Let's look outside of the computer. You're going to get a
Eventually,
new.
I want to get a.
You're going to get a new keyboard and
solid
mouse.
state. My keyboard and mouse are actually pretty good.
I would say
Are they mechanical?
They're wireless. But
Oh my God! You're going to get a machine like this, and you're not going to get a wired mechanical keyboard.
yeah, that's a bad idea.
I'm just okay.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to run
one
into.
One of your most important things is an SSD. Like
yeah,
big
that's
time
one thing I'm
SSD.
also looking at. But I was waiting for those to get number one cheaper and bigger than just like 4 gigabytes.
and if you got
What? They're
Yeah, it's like I was looking at one at 500 gig for like
250.
200.
Yeah, 250, 500 for 200. The terabyte I saw for 350. I think.
yeah, the Samsung.
Yeah, you can get them pretty
Yeah.
good now.
Have you seen the PCIe SSDs?
No.
No.
They plug they sit into the PS or PCI or the slot. Anyways,
Yes.
I think they were running at a gig and a half transfer speeds, which is
Nice.
that's stupid fast.
Yeah, man, your SSDs are
Yeah.
you should look
That
again.
will help out.
PC
too.
Part Picker's going to help you with this whenever you're looking at this, whenever you're looking at all the parts you need. I mean, how big are you? So you're going to get an SSD, but you're also going to get regular, regular storage, right?
Yeah.
Not SSD,
Yeah,
hard
the-
drive.
the
Yeah,
usual
I-
platter stuff.
Yeah. I have old,
You're just going to use the ones you've got?
so far,
What do you got?
Total. I'm trying to see how many terabytes do I have total?
Okay, you're good. That's fine. Total
I have-
terabytes, that's fine.
Yeah, I have several terabytes total, but I have like a movie drive that's just filled with movies that I've been
Oh, for all your pirated stuff. Good.
No,
You
actually,
illegal
like-
monster, you.
actually with my music I've been I used to have like
Unless we're talking about the other kind of movie.
no
Oh, you perverted you.
no I've actually been ripping like going through my old DVDs and
Sure
everything
you
and
have.
ripping stuff and
Sure you have. Okay, but aside from that, so your
Yes.
your hard drive's covered. This is fun. I'm sorry, folks. I know this we should be going on gaming, but this is too much fun to talk about. I am not trying to sway the way you spend your money.
Yeah.
You don't. There's plenty of times you could have thrown rocks at my house too and said stop.
I was
spending
thinking after
stupid."
all this buying a charger.
Right, a Challenger.
Challenger.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
it,
you can
yeah.
buy a Charger if you want to, but
I'll get the
you
Challenger.
you want a Chally.
No, I'm kidding. I like my Mustang.
Yeah, Blue Dragon is wow. Scott's voice does not match the. I am so sorry to disappoint, buddy. Trust me, I have that effect on everybody. They're like, "Oh, you're
It's like,
that
oh, that's why you work in radio.
you're that guy.
He had to immediately turn his monitor off.
You're not what I thought you looked like." I know, happens all the time. I'm sorry.
He's crying on the inside now.
Yeah, I was against doing this stuff, but Twitch apparently is the happening thing for you young kids. Look at that. So, anyway, all
We're
right.
taking off. Give to our Patreon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of, yeah, I will wear a mask if we get so many donations to our Patreon.
He will cut his hair.
I will wear a bag over my head with a mouth hole,
And a smiley face.
and that's it. Yeah, I will Shia LaBeouf this whole thing.
Man, if they pay us enough money, I say we all do that. I don't care.
If we get certain amount of donations at our Patreon page. By the way, please, why not? Since we brought it up, check out our Patreon page, where we ask for donations and things like that. Also, every video we upload to YouTube has a little link there where you can donate directly to us. I don't know if it goes through PayPal or Google Wallet or something like that. I can't remember, but you can donate specifically to us and not go the Patreon route if you want. But we got things that'll happen if we reach certain goals with our Patreon page. And Medusa's Mirror, thank you so much for putting the link in the chat room.
Yay.
Now back to Matt's dream build.
Okay. Yes.
So you're going to go 32 gigs of RAM. You're going to go
Yeah.
SLI 980.
Probably not, but yes, let's say
So two cards that are running at around
I think
7.
5. Actually, the ones I was looking at on Amazon was like a 580.
Not the 980s are running
Yeah.
5. Yeah, I think they were because the 970s are running like 300. Yeah, so you're
20.
looking at $1,000 on just your cards.
Yeah.
At 500 a pop.
I would highly recommend a Corsair 1200. Do you think
Well, that's what my next question was. Where are you going for power supply?
Corsair?
Well, I don't care about the brand. What are you going for the wattage?
I haven't quite thought that far out.
Well,
I was
PC Part
actually
Picker
kinda
will-
looking at the
PC
power
Part
supply that I have already.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
PC Part Picker will help you with this because
Yeah.
you'll have this build and they'll say, well, you need something that's gonna run this machine,
Yeah.
and it'll let you know what it is. We never talked about CPU.
Well, what the power supply you have now? What is it?
What do you have now?
I don't know whatever you had in there.
What do you have the wattage on it? Did I sell you the whole box?
Yeah.
I sold you the whole
The
box,
whole
didn't
thing.
I?
Yeah. You're like here.
Well,
I'm
I
like,
asked.
Here, take
do
my
you-
money.
do
It's
you-
probably I think it's a 650 maybe.
Yo, you need way more. Way
Yeah,
more.
way more.
At a minimum, you need 1,000. If you're gonna run SLI, and it needs to be gold rating, because you want
Yeah.
for 2 cards, you want as little chance of anything ever getting fried as possible.
Power supply is the most important part of your build. It is the most important part. Ask anybody, it is the most important part because without sufficient power, your system is crap.
and you can ruin it.
And you can totally screw it all up. And that money just gone. So we'll talk about power supply
In next
again,
episode. No.
PC Part Picker will help you with
Yeah.
that. I don't really care. Power supply is the more you spend on that, the better.
I was thinking
I
about
would
going
never
cheap
give
on-
you crap for that.
I was thinking about going cheap on my power supply, but oh man,
But the
Jimmy
thing
the
is-
Saint said not to.
Yeah, hamster and a wheel works great.
Yeah.
Thing is, people don't. You'd be surprised how many people don't get good power supplies, and then.
Well, it used to be that wasn't a big concern
No, it
like
wasn't.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, yeah, because things weren't running as hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your what CPU do you want to get here?
I'm gonna stay with the i7.
Well, that's fine. i7. What are you looking at? I mean, if you're going in this dream build,
Ivy
you're looking at
Ridge.
like a $500 to almost $1,000 CPU. If you're gonna go big.
the one I was looking at is the i7.
Does it have an X at the end of it or a K?
K.
Okay, good. If it had an X at the end of it,
The 4790K.
the 4790, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I have, but the i5 version.
Okay.
Mhm.
And right now I'm overclocking. Those, pending what batch you get, can overclock up to what's the what's the?
That's a 3.5, I believe.
Was it 3.5?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Like mine right now, the i5, I'm overclocking it to 4.3. I could probably go higher. I've never bothered to push just because 4.3 was fine with me. I've seen people get up to 5 with that processor. But you want to have a good coolant. And like I'm running a water coolant on mine.
I was thinking about maybe a tequila coolant that way I could drink it. Yeah.
Don't recommend that.
No.
Start taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. You're gonna go with that. Okay.
Yeah,
What are you gonna get new monitors?
I have a TV.
And what type of case
Okay.
do you have?
Okay. This was the original point I was going to.
Yeah.
There is no need to get 2 video cards
With the TV.
you shouldn't even be using a TV.
what I have on
But
my
there's
own, yeah.
no reason you should be using the 2 video cards for whatever you're gonna. If you're not going above 1080,
Yeah.
that card is going to be pointless.
Yeah.
That second card is going to be pointless. The 980 is probably going to be pointless. You can get a 970 to get just exactly what you need from it. But the 980s, and then once you get up into the Titans and stuff like that, that's for your 1440 and your 4K gaming stuff.
And
Yeah.
a real quick lesson for people if you don't know how video cards work is, say you have one video card running at 100% of your whatever animation game or whatever. If you get another one, that second card is essentially going to be 50% of what the other card is, so you'd only be getting 150%.
There are
then a
diminishing returns.
third one,
yes.
You'd be at 175%. So it's not exactly how people think.
Yeah,
it
the more you
works.
add, the more it's diminishing returns. But if somebody's pumping out dual 4K monitors or dual 1440
need it.
monitors, then that's exactly what you need it for. But for your system, unless you're my idea
Mm-hmm.
with possibly getting that Titan X, I was going to be like, I get it now, and then for Christmas I'll get myself a nice G-Sync 1440 monitor. And really use it for what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah.
But unless you get something that can really use that card, benefit that card,
That's eventually down the road.
you don't
too.
need to do the SLI.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, I mean, this is all pie in the sky. I haven't, pulled the trigger on.
Well, I know you haven't. I know you haven't, but I'm not so sure how pie in the sky it was before we were talking about this.
And
You sounded
operating
pretty serious
system.
about those 2 cards.
I mean, eventually, it
And
won't be
operating
anytime soon.
system's big too with Windows 10 coming out.
Yeah. Well, I'll be
What do you
getting that
wanna-
free copy of Windows 10 when it does.
what's your drive to do? I mean, I understand that you tried to play LA Noire, but that doesn't need a 980 to get up to to
No.
what you want to do. What are you looking at? I know you're looking.
You want
ahead.
to optimize Watch Dogs?
Yeah.
I want to play Watch Dogs.
Right. There's Watch Dogs for you on
but
PC.
just
I mean, there's
in general-
Batman and Witcher. I mean,
Batman,
I understand
Witcher,
those.
GTA 5, just all the stuff that's coming out and everything. I just want to be able to, have something that for the future, sort of futurize my my gaming rig.
And do you have an SSD now?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got an SSD, but I only got like a 256 or 250, and then I put my operating system on it and some very few things to sit over there. And that you've seen it. This system boots just boom right there. No
Nothing more amazed me more than on
takes
my
6 seconds, I think, from pressing the button to get into my login screen on Windows.
on Windows 10 on my slower SSD. It's like
I haven't even tried Windows 10 yet. I'm still
Yeah.
using Windows 7 on
it's,
this.
it's like 5 to 6 seconds
Yeah.
pending.
I can't find my Windows 8 disk. I need to figure out.
You don't
where I
need
put-
it. Windows 10 is coming up.
I know, but if I do
Well, he
get
does
an
need the
SS,
CD key
yeah,
if he's doing a refresh
If you're
install
gonna, yeah, I know. And then, what is it? Free upgrade, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
for a year.
So
So I need to find out where I put that so I could get Windows 10 to work. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been milling over.
No, that's fun. I want to keep us updated on this. When you start doing your PC part picker build,
Stream it. No.
No, don't stream it, but send us links. Send me a link. Send links. We'll get it out there so people can see this progress of you and what you're doing and what you're going for. I think that's fun. If I was building a new rig, this is exactly when I built my rig in 2012.
Yeah.
We weren't doing things like this, and so I would love to keep that up to date as to like, okay, here's where I've gotten this far. What does it look like now? And you can get all the responses back from people who are well more educated in this part of things than I am.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you they're going to tell you 32 is too much on your RAM. But,
oh, yeah.
But again, it's yours. That's fine, dude. You would be set. Getting that Titan, man, I would never buy a card.
For a while.
Good God. It's got 12 gigs of RAM in the card.
And you're getting one. I know.
Oh, I'm not.
I know.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
are.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
He's
You
getting
say-
2.
You say it. You nearly pulled the trigger once.
I am
It means
not.
Within a month, you will have a Titan X.
But the thing is that not at retail.
I know, not at retail. You're
I'm-
going to have one.
I am not spending $1,000 on a card. No. And if I do, if I do
Mark
that,
this day, dear listener. Within 1 month,
Yes.
there will be a Titan X sitting in Scott's computer.
if I get a Titan X, we'll have a new computer up here, regardless of what our Patreon does. If that's the case.
Yeah.
Because if I can do that, then I can. That's my problem. That's every time I come back to like spending that much on a card. When for me right now, it's perfectly able. The 970, the 980, the 980 at the extreme is
Yeah.
perfectly fine. 970. I mean, James picked up one of those, and he's doing fine. What are you running FF14 on?
I honestly don't know. It's whatever James and Jeremy gifted me about 2 years ago from spare parts they
Voodoo
had.
2 graphics.
Not quite that, and I believe it's a ATI. I don't recall anything aside from that right now. Just whatever was sitting around in their office. But I know it's like an Intel Core 2 Duo. And I'm not joking. That's the absolute minimum
my
to run
first computer
FF14.
This is why whenever I get free games, a lot of them have to be these indie titles, and I'm like, oh, Dennis can play these. I'll give this to him. It'll run on his machine.
Well, it's better than what I had before, which was not playing anything.
Pillars of Eternity
PC.
ran fine for you, right?
On my laptop. I couldn't
yeah.
run it on the desktop.
You couldn't even run it. You had to run it on the laptop.
I have to run it on the
Ow.
laptop. I
Pillars
don't
of
have choice
Eternity
in that.
is not a demanding game, folks.
Yeah, but its minimum is an i3, I think.
Yeah.
And nope.
Windows 93?
Yeah.
Oh, there's James. He's in the chat room. It's an AMD 4870,
Okay.
if he remembers correctly. So yeah.
Hey, James.
I wonder how much of this conversation he heard talking about your build.
Probably had it like, I need more drinks for this.
Yeah. They just recently have half put together a new box for me, which is an i3.
Oh, okay.
No video card yet. No hard drives. I don't remember the power supply offhand, but it's like just needs a few components and can be up and running.
Yeah. See, if I did get a new card, I figured I'd take the 680 and just put it into, put it into the box that I would build for up here. But I don't know. I might even sell it off.
Yeah.
Make something back for it because I think those are going for like $200, maybe less than that, maybe $150. And that's a 680, and I bought that back in 12 when it was like $400, maybe more of that.
Yeah.
It was expensive for that card. That was extreme for me at the time, and now it's hitting the minimum requirements for some games that are releasing. So, it goes by fast. They go obsolete so fast these days. Sound like an old person. Over to so back to the game stuff. And you played LA Noire, finished up Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
And that's it for you. You finished up Splinter Cell. What are you moving on to next? I guess you're going to continue with Old Blood? I hope.
Yeah, I'm going to continue with Old Blood. I'll finish that out hopefully this week. Monday I'm going to play Resident Evil 5 with Duke. Yeah, I read it too.
Yeah, he didn't approve of a whole lot that you said.
Yeah, I know.
Cool,
okay.
well, that's fine.
We'll get him there.
No. I am eagerly anticipating to see his build. I want to see, and please do this.
I'm kind of curious, what I actually will end up
Do
with.
this seriously.
Because,
Do this. Don't send us a list of here's my dream build if I didn't have to worry about money. No.
If I won the lottery,
Show us your serious build on this, because
Yeah.
we want you to go in the right direction, But again, it's up to you to spend your money how you want. It
Yeah.
just,
Oh yeah.
I think you can shave off in places and use that towards, you cut down on go from 32 gigs of RAM to the 16 gigs of RAM. You can use that overflow to pay for that power supply.
Mhm.
It's going to need to run both those cards if you decide to do that, whatever the case may be that you decide to do. But it's there for you. So
Yeah.
I really would like you to do that so we can keep up with it. Dennis, what have you? Final Fantasy 14, obviously.
Just 14. I have gotten to the point where I am one dungeon away in the story from getting the combination of what is basically a bank and being able to sell on the player market, because it's like gated behind getting up to level 20 in the game, essentially. Aside from that, just been running around leveling up some of my gathering and crafting classes. But it's mostly get like maybe an hour a day or so on it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, good stuff. Aside from that, not really anything else. That's pretty much if I have a bit of free time.
You were playing something today. I tried to watch it. And what was that?
That was the idle game Clicker Heroes. It's a one of those browser idle games that just came out on Steam, and so I was like checking that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen like
I actually forgot I clicked on your stream to watch it, and then I did something else in another tab in my browser, and when I clicked back to Steam, like there was the game, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I clicked on this to watch. And then I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what this is, and turned it off.
Yeah, it's just the idle game, like Cookie Clicker or anything else. I think another one on there is Adventure Capitalist I've seen. But just a free little download. It's like a thing I'll start up if I have like 5 minutes, or if I'm like, I'm working on this. Let me distract myself for 5 minutes. And it's not something I even really consider a game, just more of a, just something to do for a few minutes, take my mind off whatever I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's been about it.
That's it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Just
And the expansion hits next month?
next month.
How
And
soon next month? Is it in middle?
I want to say in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
I'm not sure on the exact date. I know pre-orders are up for it right now.
Yeah.
Which I need to go and grab that.
My next question is, you already pre-ordered?
No, not yet. And I don't know if I will be day one into it, because you have to finish the main story first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even quite halfway through yet.
I saw that James was playing that. It shows up. I guess it's registered as a non-Steam game, but he's loaded into Steam so that it shows when he's playing.
Yeah, and I do the same thing.
I'm
as
really
well.
curious though if I can play his games.
I don't think you can do the non-Steam ones. I think they have to
Yeah,
be.
it can't
in
be
No,
Steam.
I know I can't play the non-Steam ones, but when it shows when my
Oh, you want to know if you can do sharing when he's like playing from like if he's playing 14.
right, he's entered 14 into the Steam database so that when he clicks on it, it shows that he is playing Final Fantasy 14 on Steam. It shows that he's playing that. It is not a Steam game, but I'm wondering if I can still play his, because I thought about firing up Old Blood the other day.
Yeah.
Last night actually, but I saw him playing that, and I really should have. Just my worry is that I was going to click on it and it was going to pop up a message during his game saying, "Hey, Scott wants to play this. Why don't you get off your machine and do it?" So I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it does that or not. I really should experiment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is covered by that or not. If he's playing a non-Steam game, can you access this library?
Yeah.
It's probably a paid mod.
Because it would be a fantastic time right now for me to play all the games that he's got, because he's
not
busy
playing them.
with Final
Yeah,
Fantasy 14.
and it's easy enough to
We'll
just
give it a
start the
test. I mean,
launcher
he says
without-
that. He says we should try that tonight. And we will.
Yeah.
He also says June 23rd is when that expansion comes out, which is the same day Batman releases.
Ah,
Oh man.
yeah. I'll probably be, if not in Heaven's Ward, definitely like right on the cusp of getting into it.
Yeah. For me, what have I been playing? A lot of Axiom Verge. That's a fun game. That's a great.
I've heard good things about that.
Man.
That's the one Nintendo's indie rep went to work on after
Yes.
he left there.
Dan Eidelman is doing he's doing the PR for that. I think he's helping with him, but the guy's name is Tom, and I'd have to look up real quick what his name is. But Tom is working on Axiom Verge.
Is not Tom Francis, is it?
You know, we'll do this real quick just to see.
Not Tom from MySpace. Is
Tom
it?
Happ.
Yes. Tom Happ is. Yes, it is. Where is it? Yeah, Tom Happ. He is formerly from EA's Tiberion Studio, and he has created Axiom Verge, and that is a great. people call it a Metroidvania thing, but let me tell you, it is so much more Metroid than it is anything Vania. It is.
Really,
it is really Metroid. It is pretty much Metroid. It really is. It took me a minute to first off, you know what it looks like. It's
I've
very
seen
reminiscent
screenshots here,
of
and
8-bit, 16-bit stuff. So, I believe it's out for the PS4 and it's out on Steam for anybody interested in it.
Yeah, because it just had its PC release.
It released this week. It released this week on PC, but it's been on PS4 for about a month now. And you start off like you would in Metroid. You're very underpowered, very squishy. And it takes you a bit. It took me a bit to really. It felt like it was dragging. I was playing because I had not gotten. I had upgraded some weapons, but that really wasn't helping me.
You need that one power up that makes it go from difficult to easy.
No, not even difficult to easy, but is the exploratory part of it. I needed that power up that would, like when I got the drill power up, I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere now. I can drill in certain areas and go through walls and things like that.
Yeah.
Drill through walls. All right, that unlocks some stuff. That's good. And then it didn't kick in for me until I got, I think it's called the Disruptor. This is a fantastic power-up. It's not really a weapon, but it sort of can be used as one.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you see in the game, you see what look like graphical glitches.
Okay.
But they're intentional. So you use the Disruptor, and it will either form them into place what they need to be, or it will dissolve them completely, or whatever. It changes their. It's like a mutation gun.
Okay,
type thing.
so it's kind of a unlocking for these glitches.
In a sense, yeah, because there's this one enemy that goes. You know how Metroid had the enemies that would go around the platform? They would just circle. I can't even remember their names. It's been so long ago. They've got an enemy like that, and if it sees you, it fires just this laser beam as it goes across. Now the laser beam obviously will hurt you. If you hit the enemy, it'll hurt you, that sort of thing. But if I use the Disruptor on him, all of a sudden the laser turns blue instead of red. Has no effect on me, has effect on all the other enemies that aren't affected by this gun, and it also knocked out walls that I couldn't drill through and got me into some secret passage stuff. So it's like a trial on every single enemy. I have to try this first to see if I can, some enemies you hit this on them and it slows them down. Sometimes it took this scorpion thing who kept running back and forth and fired 3 shots to only 1 single shot and slowed him down.
So it basically, once you were able to experiment, I guess, that's when the game started like really becoming.
Yeah, the boss battles are really fun. There was this one boss battle I did today. The guy is gigantic who I had to fight. In fact, the screen has to zoom out, and you become really tiny as you're trying to fight him. And there are in the background, what looks like the background, there are. I don't know, blood vessels. And there's gaps in the blood vessels. And if I use my Disruptor on that gap, it'll turn into a platform that I can stand on.
Oh.
So that got me closer and out of range of his shots so I could shoot him. Once I did that, once I killed him, I was able to get the power-up that increases my jump, which opened up a world of possibilities.
Yeah, high jump. That's
a huge possibility.
Always an essential thing.
Now I picked up the lab coat that allows me to... If the wall is thin enough, I can phase through it.
Interesting.
In other words, if there's a beam in my way, just one single beam, I can phase through it. If there's 2 beams back to back or the equivalent of 2 of whatever, I can't phase through it.
Okay, so yeah, and I imagine you've seen like single beams all throughout like the various levels.
Oh my God, there's so many different things now that I can just I can go through.
Very Metroid.
It's a lot of backtracking that's going to happen, but that's okay because as you explore this place.
Oh yeah, well, in the Metroid and Symphony of the Night, that's where you got all your power-ups from, usually. All your health boosts or magic boosts or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just all the stuff you need to get a little bit more powerful in the game.
Yeah. There's eventually, I was watching somebody else's stream, eventually I will get more upgraded weapons. I will get a grappling hook, which is always nice, to allow me to swing from places or just to boost me up to other places. I think an updated version of that phase thing, because every now and again the guy went invisible, and he was also jumping under a platform. And as soon as he got to the top, he would activate the phase, and he would phase through. It would force his phase through. So it was like a
not quite a double jump, but
kind
like
of
just a little extra boost added. To
right,
it.
right. It another little time saver to have to jump different platforms to get there. You just phase right through it. It is a lot of fun. It is really, if you like exploring, man, this is a great one.
Yeah, that's one on my list. It's one I'm very interested in.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've also been going back and playing through Portal. After the pinball was announced,
okay.
I fired up Portal.
1 or 2?
The first one.
Okay.
I wanted to go. I probably will go into 2 again, but I fired up the first one and went through it, and I got the GLaDOS last night and just left it there. I didn't want to fight GLaDOS again, but yeah, that was a lot of fun getting back through Portal, especially Test Chamber 19 when the whole thing opens up for you, and you get
once you basically break the facility essentially.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And so that's a lot of fun. What else have I played? More poker on the Xbox 360, and I want to say I played something else.
Yeah, it sounds like that's your version of Clicker Heroes, essentially, just kind of that thing. That's
kind of, it's one of those things, I'm in bed and it's like, all right, quick game of poker before I go to sleep. It's nice, relaxing. It doesn't do what other games do when I'm playing. If I play games right before bed, I get a little bit more amped up.
Mm-hmm.
And poker's a nice little relaxing thing. So it's nice to have that, and I think that's pretty much been it for me as far as what I've been playing.
One thing I forgot to mention that I had played, I bought last week. I think it was on May 4th. I can't remember when it was, but they had the Lego Saga Star Wars on sale for like $4 or whatever, and I had bought that on Steam and was playing.
Yeah, that was the very first one, I think, wasn't it? Of the Lego games, essentially.
I know it has like all 5 movies on it, or all 6 movies on it. So,
the complete saga one.
Yeah, that one. That's how I was playing that. I always enjoyed the Lego games, and I definitely plan on getting the Jurassic Park one just because it looks.
I enjoyed the
funny.
Lego games for a little bit. I played the Star Wars one, and then it was the Indiana Jones version that hit, and I played it, and that's when the formula for Lego games just killed me. The game was fun, it was, but the whole way they make it, where you have to replay that thing over and over and over in order to collect enough of the bolts to unlock the other characters who can get you into different places, and to just
grind.
They did it on.
Not
oh
that
man,
bad.
I tell you what, it feels grindy only if you want to be a completionist.
Oh.
You can finish the story no problem.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to.
Yeah, but like
No.
if you want to collect everything, there is a bit of a grind. It's usually not too difficult because they have essentially cheat bricks at one point, which several of them increase your studs multiplier, which is the currency, and once you get a hold of those, it's just like that. It goes quickly.
Yeah, but the time that I played it, it did feel grindy if I wanted to do all of that, and
yeah, I always just held off until like I complete the story, because that's usually when you had every unlocking ability essentially for a Lego game. Like usually the final boss would have something that's specific just to him that would unlock stuff in the previous levels.
Possibly, no, because there were characters you had to take that could only do certain things, if I remember right.
Yeah, but you could just swap them out easily.
I think so. But you had to unlock
go
them
in
first.
free play. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go into free play.
At a minimum, you had to replay each level one more time in order to get everything.
It felt really grindy if you wanted to be a completionist, and there were parts in Indiana Jones that I did want to be a completionist, because you could add things to the museum collection or whatever it was that was your main hub of walking around in there. I was like, I got to find this and I got to find that, and I've got to get this, and just playing it over and over again just got to me. And so I own some of the other Lego games. I really haven't gotten into them very much. The Lego Batman and the
Marvel Superheroes.
Marvel Superheroes, yeah.
That's a good one. Just flying around the hub world, because it's all of New York essentially, and you can fly, run.
That is still installed. I went through and I uninstalled a lot of games that I don't play recently, and I kept that one on there. Because I'm going to get to it eventually, just like Stick of Truth is on there, and I'm going to get to it eventually.
Yeah, that's one I need to get through. I've played just maybe an hour of it. Yeah.
I picked up, and we've got somebody on the phone. Hey, thanks for calling us. If you'll stay on the line on hold for a while, we're going to be taking a break here soon, and then we'll come to you. I picked up Assassin's Creed Unity. No,
I'll
Rogue.
say
Rogue. Yeah,
No,
not
Unity's
Unity.
bad one.
Not Unity.
Don't touch
Picked
Unity.
I have Unity on PC.
Much to your regret.
Yeah, but I picked up Rogue from somebody on Reddit for $18.
Nice.
The whole special edition whatever comes with.
And you've already played through Rogue once.
I have not played through Rogue.
Oh no,
yet.
you haven't.
No.
I thought you were the one mentioned that the ending of Rogue is the beginning of Unity.
Yeah, because I saw the ending.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play the ending. I saw the ending, which is fine. It's not going to spoil it for me to play some good Assassin's Creed. But I bought that this week for like $18 from somebody off Reddit, and I got it installed. And I sat there again. This was last night when I was thinking about what am I going to play. I sat there very close to clicking on it, but then I thought, Witcher hits in just a couple of days. There's no way I need to get started on something like an Assassin's Creed game.
Did you ever finish Witcher 2?
I hate that James had to leave. He and I had a chat about that this week. Because he said, well, I guess there's no way I'm getting through Witcher 1 or 2 before the game hits.
You've only had like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, I told him, I was like, you know what?
You don't need to.
You could get all the mods for Witcher 1. You could speed run through that thing and skip it. But
just read the Wikipedia if you're that worried about
no,
it.
no. Here's the situation was like, we both came to the same conclusion on this, which was even if he was to speed run through it with all the mods helping him, I mean, you can get the mods that are like God mode and everything else and just go through it and not have to worry about anything. Even if you did that, you would still be burnt out to try and start another Witcher after it was over with. Because even me, I finished Witcher 1 and I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a year and I'm going to start Witcher 2. And I gave it a year and I started Witcher 2 and I was just like, nope, I'm still not up for this. And here it comes, Witcher 3 now, and I have not finished Witcher 2. I've only played the first Witcher. So, yeah, I didn't go any further than that. And I'm fine with that, man. I am totally okay. I thought it was a thing way back when, but as we got closer to it, I was like, I ain't worried about it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. I can get the lore from somewhere else if I need to. There's a gaff thread that can get you caught up. There's this whole it's an infographic.
And there's a YouTube video. It's like a 7-minute video.
Then you can go that route too if you want to get caught up on everything. I don't know what they'll do if they want to import your choices over from the game. I think maybe it's got a Mass Effect.
Do that?
I don't know. They did from 1 to 2.
Okay.
But I don't know how much of it mattered. I just know that when I installed 2 and loaded it up, it looked at my Witcher 1 save and brought over the choices that I'd made. I never saw consequences of those choices because I didn't get that far in the game to figure out if they were there.
And they said that you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody is curious about that, do not worry about it. Just play Witcher 3 and enjoy it. I think they set out from the get-go to say that, hey, you don't have to be a fan of, you don't have to be a follower of the lore to know what's going on. We'll get you caught up on everything. You'll be fine. They understand that every release, especially when Witcher 2 hit, it got an Xbox 360 release. So they knew they were hitting an audience that never played Witcher 1 because that was never on the home consoles. Yeah,
somebody mentions there will be a Q&A where you can have a non-default world state in Witcher 3.
Yeah.
So kind of like what KOTOR 2 did, where it's like, oh, this is the way the world is. No, I heard it was different. Oh yeah, that's how it was.
So yeah, there's that aspect of it, and you can and they believe the same thing with Witcher 3 because here they are getting a PS4 release, Xbox One release. Sony never had a Witcher game on there, so nobody has played 2 or 1. So they knew that going in that they're going to make this game to be appealing to everyone who wants to do it. We'll talk about Witcher 3 when we come back from the break. We'll talk about the reviews and that sort of stuff. I think I'm hearing rain now through the building, but we'll talk about all that. And we've got a lot more news on the way. We've got somebody who's on hold and being very patient, so thank you for that. We'll get to you here in just a minute, but we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll have more of In-Game Chat in just a moment. Here is music from Battlefield 2. We'll be right back. What's for God. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. There's only one person in this room who will understand what this music is and who will know it.
And
Mega Man.
RJ? I'm guessing?
RJ is the only person who knows what that is.
See, I heard that gong, and I was half expecting Test Your Might.
I know, Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh!
No. What is it there, RJ?
That's a Killer Instinct.
And
First one.
you can go deeper than that.
It's called Do It Now. It's Jago stage in Killer Instinct, the original Killer Instinct.
I knew you could go deeper than that. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Let's go to the phones. He's been waiting patiently since the middle of our computer rant, I believe, last segment. But Rich is calling us from Prattville. Hey, Rich, you're on the air.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
We are doing good. What's going on tonight, man?
Good. I love the show. I just wanted to say I recently had my birthday, and I got a $50 card to GameStop. Now, I know y'all talk about MMOs and like the latest and greatest, but do y'all have any ideas of what would be like some great budget games that I could get?
Great budget games?
Yeah, something that's been out for a couple of years that nobody's really...
Okay, well...
Which system?
Yeah, what system you want to go with?
We have a Wii, a Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. I got 5 kids, and they play Rayman, Skylanders, the Super Mario Kart, and I'm more of a sandbox guy, so I like God of War, I like Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row, all that good stuff. So.
There is, I mean, if they like the Skylanders stuff, I would look into, well, it's not going to be budget. I was thinking Disney Infinity, but that's not really going to be budget.
Oh, we have that too. We have the 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're covered there.
You can always put down some cash for Lego Dimensions. That's a few months out, but not budget at all.
Yeah, it's not budgety, but
I was thinking about getting maybe 2 games and a character for Skylanders or Disney.
yeah, I can't give you too much advice on Skylanders. I haven't gotten into that, or the Disney stuff really. But as far as games are concerned, sandbox. So you're looking at GTA, Assassin's Creed would be something for you.
Yeah, I have all of those.
Okay.
Yeah, Dying Light.
No, I don't have that one.
If you like zombies, that's a good.
I mean, you might be able to find.
Yeah,
well,
that's-
wait a second. That's for what system?
PS4.
Oh, you've got you've got a
yeah,
PS4 and Xbox One.
Xbox One, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And you can get that for probably about $25-$30.
If you haven't gotten it already, since you got kids around, Smash Brothers is a good one for the Wii U.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have that one already.
I heard DK Tropical Freeze was good for the Wii U as well.
Tropical Freeze. Okay.
DK Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, Donkey Kong game.
What about that? Is anybody? Well, no. You've got a Wii U. You're the
Yeah.
only one that's got a Wii U
Yeah,
here. So
Mario Kart is also.
I'm like the last person on earth that has a Wii U.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, I've got one too.
Only one of us in here has a Wii U. The rest of us do not. And even the guy who's not here with us, he also doesn't have a Wii U. What's that? There's a game for Wii U though. The NES Remix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. I never did get
What is
into it
that?
much. I don't know.
Okay.
I remember.
I think you play through select levels of classic NES games, but you can do it as...
that's one kind of like a WarioWare with the Nintendo games.
I think
kind
so.
of.
I don't know if that's budget or not, but that might be worth looking into for the kids and for
absolutely.
you.
We love the WarioWare.
Yeah. Some people in the chat room are suggesting Skyrim and Fallout 3.
Yeah, I have Skyrim. I have Fallout 3 already.
Oh, you're covered, man. You.
Yeah, I have the New Vegas. And
Okay.
I have the BioShock and all that. So.
Lego games have been mentioned. Lego.
I have the Lego Universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some more on the Wii U. Wind Waker. If you haven't gotten that one.
Sounds
that's,
like it sounds like he's looking for hidden budget gems because
Yeah, that's
it's
basically what I'm looking for.
yeah because everything that we're throwing out there he's already got or played.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the ones that they were great. You know, like what is that one?
Well, here's what you should do. You take that gift card from GameStop, and instead of buying some of the games there, you split it. Turn it into PlayStation Store cards so that you can buy stuff off PlayStation Store or off the Xbox Live Arcade, whatever.
Yeah, because we've been playing Rayman, that free game download.
Right, yeah.
On Xbox 360, or the Xbox One, actually. And,
yeah, you can get a lot of titles off both the Live Arcade.
Are you a
PSN.
PS Plus subscriber?
I am.
Okay, well, gosh, you are good, Lord. You're covered.
Yeah, I try to get a little bit of everything.
No, you're fine, man. You're covered.
One thing you could get that's fairly cheap is Shovel Knights on PS4. That's a
Shovel
fun
Knight.
one. Yep.
Shovel Knight,
an
that's
indie
cheap.
game.
Again, you're
Is that
doing.
kind of like Castle Crashers?
It's been a while since I played that. That might be a lot of fun. I don't know. Castle Crashers.
We had a lot of fun with Castle Crashers and
Yeah, Shovel Knight I think is one player, but it's kind of more like old 8-bit NES games. Is
Okay.
my
Yeah, I was
understanding.
trying to find something that at least 4 people could play.
Well, Towerfall Ascension.
Ascension.
Yeah,
Towerfall.
Towerfall. Is
Ascension.
it Towerfall? Yes, Towerfall Ascension. That's a nice little multiplayer thing there for you and the kids.
Okay.
God, I wish when I was doing the transfer of all my games from my 360 to my other 360, the Bomberman arcade.
Oh, I
popped
love
up.
that game.
We used to play that.
Somebody in chat room suggests State of Decay because the most recent release came out, so probably the previous versions will be easy to get on console.
State of Decay, the zombie one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
State of Decay. There is one for the I think 360.
And there's one for the Xbox One.
Yeah, and the Xbox One just got a HD remake or whatever you want to call it, and that one is the Year One Survival Edition, I think.
And you can never go wrong with Mario Party, but you probably picked that up already.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
My kids, they're pretty much on Minecraft right now. So.
Yeah, I didn't even bring up Minecraft because I thought there's absolutely no way he has not heard of
they
that
play
or
it on
gotten
their
into
tablets, and they're pretty much done. So.
Another one. Have you gotten into the Far Cry series?
Yes, I have. I've got it to 3. I didn't get the last.
4 is a lot of fun.
I'm sorry.
4, Far Cry 4, a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
4 is a lot of fun. Just released last year, so.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to help you out, but it seems like everything we give to you, you probably already tried.
Yeah, no. That's the problem I run into.
And if you'd like, you could try to see if you can get into the beta for Rocket League, and you can try that as well.
Yeah, I try to hit like Game Informer and
Yeah, I mean, you're
bodies and all that stuff, and
pretty
try
much
to
covered.
figure
I'm
out
trying
what's
to.
good.
I feel like we're not thinking of something.
I'm sure.
I feel like we're missing something that is really, really fun, but hasn't gotten the.
Well, it's those games where it's like No More Heroes, things like that, and Beyond Good and Evil and stuff like that. That's the stuff that I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just didn't know if they had any around this year that it's like nobody really came to it, but it's going to be a cult following afterwards. So.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, man, but hopefully some of those suggestions that we gave you might help out. Like I said, we're pretty much hitting on everything that you already played.
Good game that has co-op. I can't believe I forgot about this. Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Maybe not the best for kids.
Really?
But yeah, it does have the ability to play co-op in that. Up to
well, maybe
2
good
players.
for my 14-year-old in me. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the show, man.
No problem. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
And if you would like to call in, you can. 334-272-9228 is the number to get in touch with us if you've got questions. We don't necessarily know if we'll have answers, but we'll try. Everybody in the chat room, we'll do one of those chat room roll calls real quick. W. Matthew, Yuliet, I think. Toe Jesus? That's good. The Was Man returns, Tactus 59, Subatomic Man, STM Fuller, Rogue Baboon, Robiso, Rena Hamster, Raspy Salamander, Quiet Hype 2, Nuclear Fire, Mozgus, Lesser Weevil, Cali Sith, Jimmy the Saint, Duke Frucum 2, Cavalier UK, Blue Dragoness, Arioka and AC Wraith, also Medusa's Mirror, and Lavos hanging out in the mod section as well. So thanks everybody for I got it right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us in the chat room. I want to mention again that we started this about 2 weeks ago. Our Patreon page is up and active. If you like what you hear and you want to support us, we would appreciate that. Our Patreon page explains exactly what it is. It's at patreon.com/in-game chat, and you can find us there. And that'll explain everything about what Patreon is and what we're trying to do, and some of the things that'll happen when we reach certain goals of donations and stuff. So we got a lot of things planned that we hope we can do, and with your help, we can make those things happen. So thanks for your support. Now, going back to Witcher 3, I got an update. I am on the list to receive a review copy for PC. But I got an update back in... was it the beginning of May, I think? Yeah, there it is. May 2nd. I got an update. I'm going to read you the email that I got. This is from the PR company about this. Put simply, we have not started sending review code widely yet. At this point, only those people with debug or development PlayStation 4 consoles are available to receive and play the game at this early stage. That's a total of about 25 people in all of North America. If you've not received a code yet, that means everything is functioning as expected. We are anticipating final review code to go out fairly close to launch for all platforms. It's not an ideal situation for such an extensive and anticipated game, but that's the situation that we're in. That was May 2nd. So the reviews that have launched, I went through and I looked at some of them, and all of them credit as getting a, this was played on not a final version of the game, on a debug, PlayStation 4 dev kit, for a PlayStation 4. For the most part, I have seen countries that have people from other countries where it's like, look, it was on my shelf, and they're playing the Xbox One and the PS4. I haven't seen any PC leaked versions yet, but I know the game actually leaked on PC.
Yeah, I know it's been coming out on the torrents, I think.
Yeah, it's all over the torrent sites.
Because I know they said they were releasing a day one patch, and they're just like, just everybody grab it, even if you didn't buy it, just go to our website, just download it, because it's stuff that's needed. So.
Yeah. Then I got an update today that says we do not have PC code yet. It seems at this point we won't have it until launch, or Monday, basically. I know it sucks, but that's how it is. They will have PS4 and Xbox code first, but both will be limited in supply. I will try to accommodate as many requests as possible, but you may not get one, which is always the case. You may or may not get one when you request them. I requested a PC code. I thought, if you got to wait for debug units or dev kit units, I figured, okay, PC, you should be in the clear, right? You're not, and I really don't know why that is. But
Laos points out there won't be any DRM on the PC version.
Yeah, that's true.
It comes through GOG.
Yeah, because they're all going to be GOG. They're going to be GOG related, GOG Galaxy, which I finally downloaded, by the way.
I need to get that.
It went fine,
Yeah, that's pretty much what I heard. Is like, yep, it ran a game.
There you go. Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed it to do.
I can't give you much more assessment than that.
Well, I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah. It was easy to navigate. It's fine.
And that's nice. That'll be a nice thing is going through and just being able to download some of those old games and install them easily right there. One person I heard said that you can actually manipulate some of the DOSBox settings for some of the older games in the client instead of having to go through like files and like set this particular value. You'll just be like, no, just enter in what you want here.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure I got some of the old Ultimas and like they'll require some.
Yeah, I mean it looked a lot like, as far as the layout for my library, it looked a lot like what it looks like on the web version of GOG. Had my shelf with all my games, and there they were, and I could install them if I wanted to. So I mean, it was nothing. It's really going to get tested because of Witcher 3.
Yeah, and the fact that it's doing what it's supposed to do is a good sign.
Yeah, there's nothing. It didn't have to do much.
If it did badly, everybody would know about it.
Yeah. Looks like we finally got our rundown of all the E3 press conferences.
Yep, going from Sunday through Tuesday.
Yeah, it's the first time we've had one on Sunday. There's been some pre-E3 events held on Sunday. I know Microsoft did their whole Connect Poncho Cirque thing, whatever it was, on a Sunday. But Bethesda's kicking it off first with June 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific. I don't have an invite for that yet. I'm trying, but I don't have one yet.
Which will probably... A lot of people are betting on Fallout 4 for that.
Lot of people.
Or Quake 5, or who knows.
I don't care about Quake 5. I want Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, and then some speculation on Dishonored 2.
It's not Fallout.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have Dishonored as well.
The Dishonored 2 and Fallout 4, but I'm
Hexen 3.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, Fallout 4 is like the big one. In fact, that was the one we were talking about where
Yeah, where somebody had listed it, working on a opening trailer for it. For
I think Destructoid posted the story about it, and they were
and then like not Bethesda, but like the company that produced the opening trailer was like, you need to take this down because, and it was something like they had an agreement with Destructoid, and Destructoid was like, what are you talking about? We never did sign anything with you guys.
Yeah, there's no, you didn't have any kind of a, but apparently they worked on a cinematic trailer of some kind.
Some kind of cinematic trailer. That's about all we know regarding that.
Leave it to social media to
it's-
out something in the gaming world again.
That's how stuff gets leaked out.
Yeah, so I think that's what you'll get from Bethesda. You're going to get probably a lot more, but I think
I'm sure that'll probably be their crown jewel of the press.
I wonder if that's going to get streamed like all the others do. I don't know if it's mentioned. I don't know if they've mentioned that before. Or not.
If it's official thing going through E3, then I imagine
We're still what is it, 16? Yeah, we're still a month away.
Yeah, we're a month away.
So there's still some times for that to be set. Then it goes.
Then it goes typical
same way that it's done years past.
Monday, Microsoft in the morning, EA and Ubisoft in the afternoon, and then ends with Sony. Who knows what's going to come up there? I'm sure I'm sure Ubisoft will have whatever Just Dance, whatever other things. Syndicate will probably
Microsoft will have their Gears of War remastered, I think, to show off.
Yeah, because that got leaked as well.
Yeah, I don't know Halo 5 will make an appearance of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know about Quantum Break because I know that's been pushed.
Man, that's hard to tell because it's Remedy, so it could be another 2 years before we see that hit the market.
Hey, W. Matthew, are you the only one that cares more for Dishonored 2 over Fallout 4? No, you're not, because I am right here with you. I didn't play much of Dishonored.
Dishonored 2 is really good, like the first one.
I didn't play much of Dishonored 1. I want to, but I have played even less of Fallout 3. That just did not stick with me. So, I'm.
This is the look of disappointment.
Well, whatever. People got their taste, man.
I know.
So yeah, I'm excited for Dishonored 2. But so yeah, Microsoft, we're thinking that, and I guess some announcements. I have no idea. I really don't know.
Something HoloLens probably. We'll probably get something on that.
VR, yeah.
Well, AR.
Well, AR, yeah, it's true. But I'm thinking Sony will show off some Morpheus
Sony
stuff.
is definitely going to show off some Morpheus.
But what do they have, man? I mean, maybe a look at some more Uncharted 4, but that's nothing coming out this year.
Maybe an infamous Third Son? I don't know. I can't think of any exclusives off the top of my head in regards to Sony aside from Uncharted. Unless there's...
That's it? Uncharted? I can't think of anything else. I mean, they'll go over... I mean, maybe they'll talk about Power Season 2 when they do their media stuff.
And then that's...
Maybe they'll introduce a slimmer console? I don't know. Maybe. There's nothing I can think of that Sony could show off right now.
They don't have... There's no development of handhelds or anything like that going on with them.
Maybe that's what they want.
They're getting total secrecy, I can tell you that. Yeah, exactly. Anything that they show now would be a surprise because nobody's seeing it coming that I know of.
No, I mean, considering when they did the PS4 and everybody went nuts, $100 less than the Xbox One, and don't have to worry about the authorization of this. They have something planned. They always do. They're the last show of the night, and that was what was on everybody's mind after all those press conferences.
I mean, really, last year's E3, was there anything that big for any of them? Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony? I don't remember anything.
Not that I know of. I think they, I was actually excited for the Master Chief Collection when they announced that at the E3 because I thought that's a fantastic idea. This will be great. And then of course they executed that idea horribly. So I was actually kind of excited about that. And then I'm trying to think of Sony's situation and what we came away from that one being like, oh, did you see that? That was so great. And I can't think of anything. Nothing comes. And there you go. There's E3 for you. How much of E3 past do you remember? Of the previous from last year to this one to think what's going to be great,
I wonder how much
Silent Hill.
Yeah, I was wondering how much Sony's press conference may have been sat there because that was an exclusive, wasn't it?
What the hell is going on with Konami? What is going on with Konami?
You mean aside from
they're done, man? They are throwing it in as far as their gaming thing.
Let's just go mobile. And it's like, really? Seriously? That's
no, let's not.
I think it's just a result of...
I mean, we talked about this last week, but then we got more information this week, and I just think they're done.
Yeah, at least with AAA gaming, and maybe that's part of it. It's just costs got too high and return not enough.
That's just
That would be amazing though if like the chat was saying, if Kojima signed with Sony just to do first parties. Or
you know, he's out there. Might as well.
That
It depends if they
and
give
they don't
him
even-
whatever Konami wouldn't.
and
you
they
know.
could do it to where they wouldn't. Now this is complete rumor, just speculating, but they could make it to where not even announce any games or whatever. Just be like, hey, we're signing him to now just make us games. As
Yeah.
his own studio.
I know.
That would actually.
Really, it says something about he's making a Silent Hill as a first-party Sony game. I think Silent Hill. I think that property is owned by.
That's
Konami.
owned by Konami.
Yeah, so
that's
it'd
not,
have to be something else. I mean, he could still do something. He could. Well, actually, there's the problem. See, he couldn't even take what he's worked on so far for Silent Hills because all of that is owned by Konami. That is all theirs.
I mean, we've seen plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
Kickstarters just in the past month.
The
with,
Castlevania thing, yeah.
Ukulele with the Banjo-Kazooie guys. It's not
I was-
like, well, no
I was
more
thinking
ideas.
more like making something Silent Hill-ish, like what was that one with Mifune? Mega Man. Now it's Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, Mighty Number
something
9,
like that.
yep.
I think it's something along those lines
And,
could be done with Silent Hills.
Guy behind Symphony of the Nights put out his own thing on Kickstarter. It's like at 2 million out of a 500,000 request. Just crazy.
Call it like quiet elevated ground. I don't know.
I mean, Kojima, they could sign him on and I don't know, have him be the their equivalent of Miyamoto or something. Entirely possible, or not.
Yeah, Quiet Mountains. That's a good one. That's a good one. Somebody in the chat room. Uli had said in the chat room. Duke Rookham brings up a good one. Quantic Dream. They haven't been doing much lately as far as
Yeah.
they're due for showing something off. I don't necessarily know that they're due for anything being released later this year, but they're due for showing something off.
What was the last one? Beyond Two Souls?
Beyond
That was
Two
the last
Souls
one?
was their
Okay.
last. I want to say they did some kind of tech demo or something at a couple of E3s ago after Beyond Two Souls, but I can't remember. I think that was them, though. Arioka says, will they really be doing a Gears of War remaster? From all things that we've seen, all signs point to yeah, they are, which,
Well, I mean, they turned off the guys who leaked it who were under NDA.
That's right.
They've punished them and turned. It was originally reported they were bricking their consoles essentially, but they said no, they just can't get online anymore. Everything else still works fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so probably more than likely we're going to see something in the next day or two. Probably an announcement, at least, and probably more at E3.
Something like that. Let's go to the phones real quick. Unfiltered, I have no idea. Hello, you are on the air. Who's this?
I'm Nut.
Oh, hey, Mum Nut. What's on your mind?
My $10 PlayStation 2 I bought today.
You bought a $10 PlayStation 2?
Wow.
Yeah, how much did I overpay for it?
I don't think you overpaid any. I mean, if it works, I don't think
Yeah,
you
if
overpaid
it works and
any
you
of
find
it.
games, I mean, you're set.
Yeah, if it works, you're fine.
Yeah, I don't know if it works or not yet. I haven't had a chance to hook it up, but
If it does work, make sure you get a memory card.
yeah, I didn't have one.
Well, GameStop's starting to get into.
They're doing that retro thing.
Yeah.
Well, but you've also got Retro Game Planet in Prattville. I don't know if you ever make it out to Prattville, but Retro Game Planet's probably where you want to go now that you've caught up with the times. You've got a PS2, and I think you should go there.
Wait,
And-
did that come with like controllers or anything?
Well,
Or a
yeah.
power
What did it
cord?
come? What did it come with? Did you just buy maybe the logo? What did you get for that $10?
It's a printout.
I got some controllers and a bunch of games. Got Grand Theft Auto.
I think you're good, man. That's a good. Again, if this thing works, I think you're good.
Is it the fat
Yeah,
body or
also-
slim version?
I got a TAC 3 joystick too, but I don't know
Is
about that thing yet.
is it the slim one? Like how big is it?
Is it a fat PS2 or is it a slim PS2?
Slim, pretty thin, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think you're fine, man. I think you're great. I think you're.
Yeah, you got a good deal on that.
Yeah.
You know anything about that TAC 3 Logitech joystick?
No.
No. Do
I
not
think
know
so.
anything about it. So, I mean, hook it up and then call us next week and let us know how it goes to make sure it works.
Yeah, will do.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. And you're on in-game chat. Hey, who's this?
Hey, it's Duke Fergum.
Hey, man.
Duke.
Hey, how do you connect the PS2 to an HD TV today?
Well, you go to Radio Shack. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to No.
No.
You go to Amazon?
Probably. You go to Amazon and find somewhere. I guess. You know what? I don't know. Mumnut, I don't know if he's got an HD TV or not. I'm not sure. You know what? He probably does, but he probably has I've still got a CRT at the house. It does. I haven't turned it on in ages, but it's sitting there.
Yeah, you can get a component adapter for the.
I'm sure you can.
PS2.
I'm sure
I
you
have
can.
mine hooked up through that, so.
But yeah. So what's on your mind? What you calling for, man?
Oh man, 2015 is such a disappointment in gaming for me.
It's May.
It's.
I got 7 months to go.
There's just nothing coming.
I mean,
this
I'm
year.
I'm not saying that you're not wrong, but it's just May.
I mean, Silent Hill. Oh.
There's Batman, and that's it. I mean,
Battlefront.
Batman's got to last me to December. I mean, that's really what I'm looking at here. Unless I'm gonna go down the Assassin's Creed route, get their annual title. Not doing the Call of Duty.
All right, the Call of Duty thing. You make a good point. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks back. Was like, what is left for the rest of the year? If we didn't, I'm sure that James and I have talked about this. But what is on the list for coming out? You've got Witcher 3, which is next for some people. That doesn't fit everybody's cup of tea there. And then you got Batman, and then I don't know what is coming out.
Yeah,
Battlefront.
Metal Gear Solid 5 maybe. I mean, but really.
Oh, Star Wars Battlefront. Yes.
Oh, that too. I mean, that could be fun. We don't know. I mean, we're just
Torment
hoping.
should release this year. Tides of New
Dice.
Era.
But what I'm using 2015 is just catching up and replaying stuff. I just finished the Half-Life 2 update on Steam, and then I paid the $20 for the early access for Black Mesa.
I remember.
And I was talking about this in the chat room earlier, but
your voice sounds disappointed.
Man, I cannot tell you how disappointed I am with those guys. I know that they've been working on it, and I'm sure they've worked really hard on it, and they got permission from Valve to sell the game, right? So Valve's getting some money, and they're getting some money. But they basically screwed over everybody who was waiting for the free mod portion.
Yeah.
Because they promised that the first half of the game, okay, so they only finished the first half up until Zen, and they said they were going to release the second half, in a different update. And then we waited and waited and waited, and they made the announcement that they were going to sell the game. And then later, after they made that announcement, they said, oh yeah, by the way, that second half of the game isn't going to be coming to the free mod. It's only going to be coming to the people who purchased the or purchased the game.
I think I remember reading they said that they just could not make it look good with that version of the Source engine.
Which doesn't make sense. I mean, what did they do to the Source engine? Because it looks exactly the same from the mod to the new game.
Yeah,
like, what did they change?
I have no idea.
What did they change
on that
technically
part.
that was so radical?
Yeah, I've got no idea. That's just literally what I've read over the past week.
Even with the Source engine, anything will look better than what original Half-Life looked like.
Yeah.
Even if you make Half-Life 1 look like Half-Life 2, that would be fine to play. That would be fun.
I mean, I thought so. I mean, that was what we've kind of been waiting for, and
that's what we were kind of promised back in the day.
Think about all the iterations the Source engine has gone through too, with all the different upgrades and things. Even if it had come out, even if they had finished the game with the very first release of the Source engine, that would have probably satisfied most people, because that's what we were promised. We were promised a remake of the original game using the Half-Life 2 engine. And
yeah.
But I mean, I'm going to be getting the game anyway because I paid money for it because I couldn't help myself because they added achievements to it. So.
Oh my God, they got you.
Those achievements, man. Gotta get them Chivos.
My complaints are going on deaf ear. They got my money and.
Well, I'm sure that's also a part of it, is that they're actually looking at getting a return on something for their work.
Yeah, they have been working on it for years.
Yeah, but they got to release. They got to. I mean, This is all what I hate about early access to begin with, is you don't know what you're going to get, and when you make promises to early access and you don't end up going through with a lot of the promises, then people get upset, and it's even worse for non-early access stuff, just mod. I mean, it's hard to complain, right? It's a free mod.
Right.
But it's just disappointed to finally not get that second half, that piece to make it complete. So.
Well,
I mean, I guess I'm the only one that played it on the show. No one else played this yet?
I played I played Black Mesa.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I never did play the mod version of it.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was great. It was great.
It was a lot of fun.
They did a really good job. brought back a lot of nostalgia feelings from the first game.
Yeah, I'll make you even more disappointed that I never played through Half-Life, because I did not. Man, I wasn't into that released at a time when I just wasn't doing the PC thing.
First Fallout and now Half-Life.
Right, I know. You're just. I'm surprised you're still listening to the show. But
I've never played it either.
Both of those this week. Like just after the show, just go home and just play it.
No,
hang it out.
Man, Fallout. I don't know. I tried playing Fallout, and I think it was on the 360. I tried to play Fallout, and I own it. I have it on PC, and I've got Fallout New Vegas on PC as well. But I never. Fallout 3 just did not dig, its claws into me.
So I did the same thing. Just to let you know, I did the exact same thing. I got it on PlayStation 3. I got about, maybe 4 or 5 hours into it, and I'm like, I can't keep going on the console.
Mm-hmm.
And then later when it came out on Steam, I jumped into it and I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
It's night and day with the mechanics and using a controller versus mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
So I bet you'll have the same reaction if you go boot it up today.
Do you have any interest in Witcher 3?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I played the first 2 Witchers. I really liked them.
I was going to say, not outside of the achievements, do you have any interest in Witcher 3?
Yes. No. I do like that universe. I like the character. I just I wasn't that psyched about the second. I mean, the first game I loved. The second game was a little bit disappointing. I mean, it just wasn't the epicness that I was hoping that they would kind of leap to.
Mm-hmm.
And then this game kind of feels like the true sequel. So, but I've already been disappointed, so I'm kind of just holding off a little bit with that.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna make it a day one purchase.
Where are you gonna play it on?
Oh, PC definitely.
Okay.
PC. Yeah.
Oh well, okay. That brings a good point. What kind of rig do you have?
I have. I got.
Were you were in the chat room? You were listening when we were talking about Matt's build,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shaking your head
I know
for that too?
What'd you say?
Were you shaking your head also?
No, not really, because I know how it is with upgrading, and you want to do one simple upgrade and it ends up being a whole monster. And I get that whole. I mean, I've gone through that countless times, but I'm running a Core i7, it's a 4820K, I think. I got it overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz, and then I got 2 SLI cards. I got the 770s. So I basically use one as a physics card and the other as just a graphics card. I don't even need to have both enabled in SLI.
All right. Well, I was just trying to get an idea of what you thought about Matt's build and what he was trying to go for there.
Yeah, I could definitely help him out. Matt ditched me the past couple of Mondays. We're supposed to get through Resident Evil 5.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
No, it wasn't. Trust me, it was not my.
No,
choice.
I know. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our next playthrough.
Are you guys doing that again
playthrough.
this Monday?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to start back and stream on Monday. Going to get some Resident Evil 5 co-op, Duke and Matt. So
Yep.
That's good. I guess your system handles Resident Evil 5 no problem then, huh? Talking to Matt. But.
Yeah. You know, it handles it okay.
All right.
I'll say I'll
So
be able
it
to play
doesn't help him
6
standing
on
in
my
the corner
own,
while
so.
I'm getting mauled by zombies.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case, no, it really doesn't handle it that well. That's why I wasn't that good at it.
Well, I think you'll be happy with what Bethesda reveals at E3. I really think we're going after that whole leak and that whole thing about, hey, pull that story, we don't need that up there, and the LinkedIn thing with the cinematic trailer stuff for Fallout. I think it's almost guaranteed you're getting something about Fallout 4 in about a month.
And let's just hope it takes place in Boston, because that's my hometown. So
That's again been the rumor.
yeah.
That has been been the rumor.
Rumors 4.3 was like DC area, so
Yeah.
hey.
Plenty of history in Boston too to make some cool references.
Now, a lot of people in the chat room, I don't know if you were reading the chat room, but when you were talking about 2015 being horrible, a lot of people were saying, there's great indie games that are out there.
Yeah.
I'm playing one of them right now. Axiom Verge is really, really fun. Invisible
I mean,
Ink.
there's always something to play.
There is. There's always something. Is it,
Yeah, there are a million things to choose from, but there aren't any of those headline grabbers, essentially.
Yeah, most of my frustration comes from the stuff that's been delayed into 2016. So, and we still don't have an idea of when we're going to see No Man's Sky. So there's all.
Right. See, that's what I'm thinking. A lot of what we'll see at E3 is just more video of games that aren't going to be coming out this year.
That's exactly.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds exactly like 2014. And then, and anything that we do get this year will be something like a remake or something that is
remastered,
small in concept, I guess, or something like that. Just because I don't know, man. I just can't think of anything. We'll get more Battlefront. Hopefully, we get some Mirror's Edge 2 information out of EA.
Oh yeah, there's a good title.
Forgotten about that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again though, we have no idea on the release date. We did find out that the Division was pushed back.
Yeah.
Which that was something we were talking about. I said, they still got the Division to come out that they said was going to be this year, but yet they're really pushing this Rainbow Six thing. I think we're going to get Rainbow Six first, and they're going to push Division out, and that's exactly what seems to be happening.
Yep, because Rainbow Six is coming out in October.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is in October, and this is...
And Division's 2016, right?
And
Division 1, 2016 so far.
Yeah. So that's
and how embarrassing is it for Sony, too? Like, they're remaking, or they're remastering an HD remake of God of War 3 for PlayStation 4.
God of War 3. Only 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a strange thing.
Yeah.
I would have expected, like, here's the collection, but...
I was about to say there should be a compilation by now.
Just 3.
But how many people who have a PlayStation 4, didn't play and are a fan of God of War?
Didn't
play 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
I didn't play 3.
Did you have a PlayStation 3?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fan of God of War?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's at least one.
Yeah, there's always one.
Yeah, I didn't play 3 either. I played 1 and 2, but...
Yeah, I played 1 and 2. Yeah, I bought 1 and 2, but I rented 3. I didn't have a desire to buy, but I did want to play it, so I just gave that a good.
Speaking of God of War 3, Spigot sent us a tweet saying, "Hey, a good topic is to talk about your most memorable achievements," and we got an achievement guy on the phone right now.
Oh my God!
What is the one achievement that stands out among all the other achievements? And one of mine is when I got the achievement in God of War 3 for beating the gauntlet or whatever it was that they had to actually.
The maze, right? You're talking about the...
No, not the maze. It was that, it was the Archimedes trial, I think is what it was called. They actually had to patch it to make it easier for people because there were so many complaints.
I don't remember that.
And I beat it before they got the patch in. It took me about 2 hours, but I beat that section. It was basically an endurance challenge. You had to ride this elevator up, and you kept getting waves and waves of enemies, and there was no health or anything to accommodate you on this. You just had to make it all through 3 stages. And anytime if you failed any one stage, it started you at the first stage again, and you had to go through it. So, but they actually patched it in so that it would be easier. But I played it before I got the patch in, and beat that section.
You earned it.
That was one of my most proud moments as far as doing that, because it was tough to do. What is, do you have a particular one that sticks out, Duke?
I do. I platinumed God of War 3 too, so I don't remember that particular being.
I platinumed Walking Dead, so I really don't throw that as being something I'm proud of. I mean, not that I'm disappointed by it, but it didn't feel like it was a hard fought achievement.
That's not.
Yeah,
my favorite, my most memorable is Arkham City, and it's doing every single combo.
Oh God.
I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, in the battle, you have to do every single one without getting, in sequence, without getting hit and knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I did that, that was it. That was my pride, and that was the height of my achievement hunting.
Lavo says that his was unlocking the kid in Super Meat Boy. It took him about 6 hours. Is that something you're familiar with, Dennis?
No, I've not played Super Meat Boy. It's from the same guy who did Binding of Isaac.
Right.
That's like a 60-hour achievement for an indie game. That achievement's pretty tough.
What did you have to do?
I don't know exactly what you have to do, but it's on the achievement list.
Yeah, if it's anything like you have to do to get the Lost in Rebirth, it's probably complicated as hell.
Does anybody else have an achievement that they're actually proud of?
Mine was
not that you're disappointed in all of them, but one that sticks out among all the others.
Mine was doing the getting the green fire in World of Warcraft. You had to fight this boss. You had to do it solo. If
what would normally be like a raid boss or a
regular
dungeon boss.
It took you had 10 minutes to kill him. If you didn't, you automatically died. If you had to, during the middle of the fight, you had to take control of his demon and use him against him, and you had to bind all of the demon's moves to buttons that you could access quick, because every 15 seconds he casted a spell that if he got it off in 3 seconds, you automatically died. And then while that's going on, he was also summoning either 30 imps, these 3 fell dogs that silenced all of your spells, and the other monster, and then summoned another guy who was as big as your pet. And that you had to do all of that twice, and you had to do that in less than 10 minutes. And at the time when it came out, the gear, it took all 10 minutes to kill him. I mean, I killed him, and I had 9 minutes and 57 seconds left. And it took me, every time he died, it cost 10 gold to repair my gear. I spent, you can do the math later, I spent 5,000 gold in repairs.
Wow.
That's how many times I died. It took me 3 weeks to get it. Now, after doing that, I could play my class so well. I mean, it taught me so much on that game, but it was hard.
Yeah.
It was very hard.
RJ, anything that sticks out for you?
No, that really doesn't care about you. Just beating the game really is just
That's your achievement,
That's
huh?
my achievement, really. Yeah.
Elliot says that his favorite is still his no-kill Deus Ex Human Revolution playthrough.
No.
What about you,
Holy
man?
crap, really? That's
Yeah, I know.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's one I didn't get, but I tried for so long.
Hey, Uliet, trust me, I started out playing Deus Ex wanting that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I always start out my stealth games being like, I'm not going to kill a person, I'm going to do it. And then then you get into that point where it's like, nah, man,
You're dead.
I'm taking him out. Plus, you miss all the really cool animations they made for that whole situation for killing, which is one of the weird things. It's like, here's a stealth game, but we're going to make these really cool animations of you not being stealth whatsoever. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mine's one that I didn't get.
What?
But I tried so hard to, It's memorable. Mile High Club in Modern Warfare.
Okay, what did you have to do in that you didn't do?
I didn't get it.
What is it?
You don't remember? That was
No.
like one of the hardest ones.
Description, please.
How do you get the achievement?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is like the Mile High Club. It's the one where you're on the airplane and you have to beat the whole thing in like under 2 minutes, I think. And I would always get up to like the very end, and I'd die. And I tried that one for months, and I never got it.
So what is one that you did get?
I don't.
Okay,
don't
you just
care.
don't have one. You just
But
remember.
that one, the one that I didn't get,
the one that got away.
the one that
Yeah.
I didn't get sticks out.
Dennis.
Mine comes from before we had achievements, which was playing through Link to the Past on the SNES.
No kill.
No.
I thought you were gonna say ruby weapon or emerald weapon or something.
No. Link to the Past, doing minimum heart containers, because you had to get the ones that bosses drop, and minimal amount of items, no bottles, and doing that all in one sitting with no death.
Oh.
Which about a good 8 hours of time, and you don't get like any of the damage reducers, the damage reducing armor or anything. So it's like final boss doing like 4 hearts of damage to you when you only have 13 total and you have no healing items.
Huh.
Well.
I got a good one too for a good teamwork one.
Yeah.
Complete the raid in Destiny without anyone on your team dying.
Oh, I remember you and I trying to do those.
Yeah.
Were you and I? Well, it wasn't even the raid. I think I knew you were hunting for them, and we were doing some strikes and stuff. I think you had to do with like 3 people of the same class, or I don't remember what it was. But I know he and I would hit each other up, and he was trying to get the trophy for these things. So we would go through.
That was
and
for
try
when
to
you
do
had to be in the same clan. You had to complete a strike without anybody.
Right.
Without anybody dying. Yeah.
Yeah, and had to be in the same clan. And then the one for God, have you still doing the Destiny thing? Or are you done with that?
I'm done with it. I platinumed that and then moved on.
Did they add any more achievements with some of their updates?
I don't know actually. I haven't really checked them out after their last 2 DLC, and they're gonna have a third one. I think I haven't really turned it back on, so I kind of just faded away.
Yeah, same here. I'm still just not interested in it.
It's a 10-year plan. I should be able to come back to it in 5 years and have tons of content to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
absolutely.
like that. Yeah, you think so? You keep holding on to that dream.
Okay. All right. An achievement that I did achieve
Oh, you got one now.
that was memorable
Okay.
because it was
Make
so,
it memorable.
Well,
You're the last one, so it should be awesome.
oh, it's not gonna be awesome.
Oh,
It's gonna
great.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, on the 360. You get 1,000 within 2 minutes or 5 like 5 minutes.
Oh,
you
I
could-
know what you.
Yeah. Just because it was memorable, because it was so freaking easy. You just push one button and you get the 1,000 on it.
All right.
Other than that, I just don't.
Hey, Duke, thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
We
Take
appreciate
care.
it.
Way to bring it down, Matt.
I think we'll end the show on that because. Yeah. No.
I hit a button 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have to hit it 1,000 times. You just hit it a couple
Oh,
times.
so you did even less work
Yeah.
than that.
But I'm saying it's memorable because it was so ridiculously easy.
Gotta get those Chivo
I think the
points.
easiest achievement I've ever seen was the one from Eat Lead.
Would you hit the start button?
Yeah, you hit pause or you just turn the game on. There you go, you get a trophy.
I think that was also done in The Simpsons too.
I have no doubt.
It was called Easiest Achievement Ever, and all you had to do was start the game. But anyway, that is going to do it for us, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Everybody in the chat room, you guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. The phone calls, the folks, Juliet, oh God, I can't pronounce this. Don Marcus, I'll just do that. TSC Don Marcus. The Wasman Returns, Tactics 59, Subatomic Man, STM Fuller, Sass Gunsmith, that's a great name. Rena Hamster, Raspy Salamander, Quiet Hype 2. What a great name.
They can't say on the radio.
Violator, Nuclear Fire, Mythical Live, Mozgus, Lesser Weevil, Duke Frucum 2, D-Plan 03, Cavalier UK, Arioka, AC Wraith, Medusa's Mirror, and Lavos. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat room and everybody listening on the stream and even on the radios, as well to thanks everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes or however you get our show for later use. We really do appreciate it. Head over to ingamechat.net and find us on Twitter, Facebook, our forums at colonyagamers.com. You can check out our Patreon page. We could use your support, and we would really appreciate your support there. Check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Subscribe to our Twitch channel if you're watching it right now. If you're on Steam, check out our Steam group. Join up there. We can play with us and other listeners. Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great week. It's going to be some Witcher talk, I'm sure, next week. Have a good one. We will see you next Saturday. Here is music from, it's labeled Video Game Bed. I don't know. I'll tell you in just a second. It's
definitely a video game.
It's not Mega Man. It's Kirby, I think.
Yeah,
isn't
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.